I can make out a small beam of light against a mirror. What's that? There's a jet of flame springing from the mirror, and it leaps right at the advancing men. It strikes them head on. Oh, Lord, they're turning into flames. Now the whole field's caught up by the woods, the barns.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to circumstances beyond our control, we are unable to continue the broadcast from Grover's Mill.
Could it be that Martians are invading the Earth? We'll find out as we transport ourselves backward through time to October 30, 1938. Yes, the events will come fast and furious as we relive that eventful night. Stay tuned. All of the incredible details are coming. Oh, things are looking serious. Understand, there was no actual Martian invasion on October 30, 1938. It came as the result of a radio broadcast by Orson Welles and his Mercury Theater Company, a radio broadcast so convincing that people actually believed what they were hearing. The details about that fateful night are coming, so stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's indescribable. I can hardly force myself to keep looking at it. It's so awful. The eyes are black and they gleam like a serpent. The mouth is kind of V-shaped with saliva dripping from its rimless lips that seem to quiver and pulsate. And the monster, or whatever it is, can hardly move. It seems weighed down by possibly gravity or something. The thing's rising up now.
On the evening of October 30, 1938, Orson Welles and the players of his Mercury Theater Company were preparing to broadcast the latest in their series of weekly literary adaptations. The Halloween production of The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells should have been no different to any that had gone before. But before the hour was up, Wells would find himself at the center of a perfect storm of controversy.
Were you aware of terror at the time you were giving this role? Were you aware that terror was going on throughout the nation?
Oh, no, of course not.
What should have been a simple, if innovative, retelling of a tale of alien invasion turned into what has been called one of the first mass panics in the modern media age. When we watch TV in the present day, the picture is live, delivered to the comfort of our homes via satellite, and if we wish, we can switch to a dozen other channels or connect to the internet in search of fresh perspectives. In this high-tech world of 24-hour rolling news coverage, we take for granted the speed of the information, and we can make up our minds whether or not it is true. We have seen and heard it all many times. This is the world we now live in, but it was not always so. In 1938, radio was a relatively new medium. People listened to it for news broadcasts as well as comedies, dramas, soap operas. And on the night of October 30, 1938, many viewers were tuned into the wildly popular Charlie McCarthy show.
Mr. Bergen, he is your father?
Bergen, my father? Oh, no. Things aren't as bad as all that.
Well, about 10 minutes into that program, a singer was introduced, and people twiddled their dials to the rival network, which was CBS, and that's where Orson Welles and his Mercury Theater Company were presenting this very lifelike presentation about the War of the Worlds. Had people tuned in to the beginning of Orson Welles' broadcast, they would have heard this.
The Columbia Broadcasting System and its affiliated stations present Orson Welles and the Mercury Theater on the air in The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells.
Instead, they tuned in about 10 minutes into the program and heard this.
It is reported that at 8:50 p.m., a huge flaming object, believed to be a meteorite, fell on a farm in the neighborhood of Grover's Mill, New Jersey, 22 miles from Trenton. The flash in the sky was visible within a radius of several hundred miles.
Many people misinterpreted what they were hearing as a real news broadcast proclaiming that Martians had invaded the Earth. Yes, War of the Worlds Day is coming to Survivor on Thursday, April 25th, 2024. On that day, you will play 4 new Martian-themed games. You will act in a play, The War of the Worlds. It's based on the script by Orson Welles as presented on the radio. We will read an excerpt from Willie B. and the Time the Martians Landed by Virginia Hamilton. You will conduct an investigation. One good turn deserves another. It features Sir Isaac Newton's 3 laws of motion. In particular, one of those laws of motion, for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. We will continue our current read aloud, Possess Me. You will get to continue working on your argumentative essay. We will also have other opportunities as well. Yes, the adventure is coming. Stay tuned for more details about this epic day.
It strikes them head on. Lord, they're turning into flames. Now the whole field's caught up by the woods, the barns, the gas tanks for the automobiles, spreading everywhere. It's coming this way now, about 20 yards to my right.
Howard Koch, the writer of the War of the Worlds radio script, claims that he chose the site, Grover's Mill, as a result of jabbing a pencil into a map. And as a result of this broadcast, people were calling police stations asking about meteors, gas attacks. There is the story that in the name of defense, people attacked a water tower thinking it was one of the Martian tripods. Yes, all kinds of incredible stories will come forth on War of the Worlds Day. When you come to War of the Worlds Day, feel free to dress like a Martian. In other words, wear green. Also, on your hut, you will find a special treat along with a note from a Martian doctor. There will also be some special fortifying Martian juice that you will get to drink. So, when you come to War of the Worlds Day, be prepared for spectacular things. Also, on War of the Worlds Day, we get to begin a brand new lunch and a movie adventure. Stay tuned. Here are scenes from that adventure. Yes, incredible things are coming. For even more information about War of the Worlds Day, be sure to tune in issue number 33 of Mr. McCoy's weekly log entitled Survivor, Kerrang! It will be coming your way for the week ending Friday, April 26, 2024. In the meantime, we get to continue our phenomenal adventures in Survivor. Yes, great things are coming.